Until Dawn was cool. So yeah, we played the We played the. Oh, it's because I'm wearing my beanie.
Oh, why it's muffled?
Yeah. We played the Until Dawn remake or remastered for PlayStation 5, and I highly recommend it.
We did it all in one night.
I wouldn't do that.
Maybe pause at chapter 5. Do it in 2 nights.
Yeah. There are 10 chapters if you're curious. So yeah, 5 is a good stopping
And
point.
it's about, depending on how much your exploration is and whatnot, I would say 8 to 10 hours of gameplay.
The computer said we did 15.
That's wrong, because we started at 8 o'clock, and we were done by like 4:30 at night. That's 8.5 hours.
I don't know. It said 15.
Like I said, but also the internet was connecting and disconnecting and whatnot. I don't know if like it was jumping through time zones and shit. The computer's wrong sometimes.
But it was cool.
The price is wrong, asshole.
It was finally fun to play through it entirely because I've started it a few times and never committed. But yeah, Until Dawn is a pick your own adventure interactive horror story.
Yeah.
If you don't know. Part of the dark anthology. That's their
it's
thing.
not super action based or anything. It's really much control, find clues, and then there are trigger moments where you have to like time out stuff and whatnot. But
yeah,
there's not like live action combat type stuff like Uncharted or Elden Ring or anything like that.
Or Resident Evil if we're gonna stick to the horror thing.
Or Silent Hill, which
I really liked. I didn't realize how jarring I found that until it was a game that didn't do that. But Resident Evil, you're going around and you're same kind of thing. You're finding puzzles and clues to unfold the lore, and then suddenly Mr. X walks in, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
There really isn't
not really like that.
Puzzles in Until Dawn, though. You're just literally picking up information. The totems are. You're just trying not get people killed.
Yeah,
it's about your choices make everything.
Yeah, and it's cool.
I've never played a game where your choices really made that much of an influence.
I kind of wish they wouldn't tell you what you did wrong in the sequence to lead up to. So
that only happened once, though.
Because we only got one person killed.
But it didn't show what we did wrong with Josh.
Well,
and it didn't show what we did wrong at the end when everybody else got fucking massacred.
Well, because we know exactly what we did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the whole goal the main goal is to get all of these teenagers through the night and have them all make it until dawn, and you can really royally fuck that up with decisions.
The perfect ending is have everybody survive, which is really hard. We were doing so good.
What did we end up with? 4?
Yeah,
4 out of.
We were literally at
7 dead.
The end of it, and then.
Oh, did you look up?
I didn't look up any lore.
But could you keep him going?
I don't know. No, I don't. I don't think so. I think that's integral to the plot.
Because that would be interesting if it's like literally every character you meet, their fate is in your hands. There is no.
I think it's just the people that are on your
roster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I gave that I was thinking about it, and that was a pretty 5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5?
That was cool.
I would say 4.
That was really cool. I thought it was fun. But so yeah, if you've been thinking about it and you want it, I'd get it.
Controls are clunky, but it's fun.
I got used to it. It was weird at first, and just how they move.
I'm robot.
It's like it looks like a game made today, but it does play like a game made when it was made. Anyways, this is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape.
Days.
Welcome back, everyone. This is TJ's Mixtape. I'm Tommy. That's Jacob making the weird face over there. We are a movie review podcast. We talk about movies, who made them, how they're made, who's in them, and then kind of go over some themes, plots, and then give it a rating. The rating at the end is arbitrary, but we do it to put a nice end to it. And today we are concluding our spooky season.
Hello.
Welcome to
Happy
spooky
Halloween.
Season. With our theme of ghosts with 2002's The Ring. The American
one. The American remake
of it.
But it's still got a bunch of lore to it. That's going to be fun to talk about.
Yeah. So, for those of you that don't know what The Ring is,
What well have you been living in?
a cursed VHS tape causes anyone who views it to die in 7 days. A journalist who viewed it hunts it down and hunts down the cause and the creator of the curse.
Also known as a chain letter that actually kills you.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, a VHS was a thing that precursed the DVDs. And then for those of you that don't know, DVDs are the things that precursed streaming services.
What precursed VHSs?
Laserdisc.
No.
I don't know.
Betamax.
Then Laserdisc.
Well, Laserdisc is like in between VHS and DVD.
I don't know. It's beyond mine. That's why I clarified. But yeah, you see our logo?
That's a VHS. I mean, you're going to have to get it closer to your face. I don't think... Yeah, there you go.
That's a VHS. Our logo I made is a VHS. But yeah, so evil VHS kills people.
Well, it's the spirit inside the VHS.
Tomato, tomato. You don't watch the VHS.
Because later, there's not even a VHS. It's just the video. In the rings.
Oh, yeah. I looked up that one. That one has a really bad rating.
It does. But
I think it's a franchise they should have just kept.
Well, you do know that the novel has like multiple continuations of it.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to make a movie out of it.
I mean, that's fair, yeah, but still like.
But also, how close are the novels?
I think The Ring 2
It feels like it went off the rails.
The Ring 2 follows the continuation. There was Ring 0. Was that Japanese? Was that a Japanese one? So Americans only remade the first two. Yes or no? You remember? No. Only the first two. You don't know.
I know. All I saw was the Ring, Ring 2.
And I don't think I think the Rings is 100% American. Maybe I don't know. We're not doing the Rings. So yeah, but the Ring, to give you the backstory of that, or I should say, Ring or Ringu. Originally a novel from the early 90s written by Koji Suzuki, who a handful of his, he's a horror story writer.
Yes.
More like short stories. The Ring series is kind of like his most notable thing, but he also did one called, it translated into English is Dark Water. And that has its own, that's been made a couple of times as well. That stars Jennifer Connelly. Looks kind of interesting. I have a vague memory.
Oh, that's one of his?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Very in this vein.
Because there's like a ghost thing in the water.
A lot of water.
Yeah.
A very creepy girl, long dark hair.
The original story of Ring... The closest thing of the similarities of the story that the movie The Ring was based off of, because The Ring is a remake of Ringu, but Ringu is a loosely adapted or an adapted story of Ringu, the original novel, which did have a 1995 TV made movie of it that follows the novel very, very accurately, which you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is that there is the possessed tape and two people searching for it and a doctor. And then the doctor, and also in the original, Samara is called Sadako. So little changes here and there. I mean, names, obviously they're going to, change to English, I guess. But then, so 1998's version of it was screenplay was written by Hiroshi Takahashi and directed by Hideo Nakata, who also, this is really funny, he directed Ringu and the second one, Ringu 2, and then was asked to come over to America and direct the remake of his movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's the director of The Ring 2 as well.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And just a quick shout out to Hiroyuki Sanada, who we talked about in Bullet Train, who's in Shogun, Scorpion, and Mortal Kombat. he starred in Ringu, the Japanese one.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing that. I didn't notice that at first.
Which I thought was actually really cool because I think that was kind of maybe the beginning of his like, you know, because of the rise of The Ring and Ringu, people saw his acting and like, well, let's get him over here, you know?
Yeah.
But let's get. Do you have any other things to add to that?
That was pretty much
brushed
it.
over that pretty quick. So let's get into the director and writer of this version, The Ring.
So the screenplay for this was by Ehren Kruger,
Mm-hmm.
who we actually talked about in episode 76 with the Brothers Grimm.
Oh, I missed that. I was looking through his stuff. He has a good amount of writing credits, actually.
Yeah. Some of the Transformers movies, Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
That hot mess.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, the most recent Top Gun.
He did Scream 3. The Skeleton Key. Dumbo. It's like at this time he was doing like Scream 3 seems to be one of his earliest ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of like, it seems like he just did a little bit of horror for a minute. And then Transformers took over.
Yeah.
Wait, he was a writer on Brothers Grimm?
Yeah, he's credited as a writer.
Didn't that come out before? Like, I don't know. Oh, we totally missed like release date year for this one. If we want to go back real quick.
Yeah, released October 18th, 2002.
Yeah.
Well, I said 2002 is The Ring. So.
Yeah, that's fair. How many movies did you have in 2002?
55.
I had like 50-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the only reason I want to bring it up is because I realized this is the first year that we've counted. I've seen all top 10 movies, almost all top 15.
I didn't save that.
I mean,
I definitely saw the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like sitting there counting like 1, 2, holy shit. And I only thought it was 15 because I can confuse the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies together.
That's fair.
Yeah. But, okay. Ehren Kruger. You're double checking the Brothers Grimm?
Yeah. Oh, yes. It says written by.
It's crazy.
I don't have that.
I don't know how I missed that.
I don't have that particular
that's
notebook.
Oh, is that after this?
Brothers Grimm?
Yeah.
Brothers Grimm is 2005.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, directed by...
Oh, I've seen all top 10 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, those are all... It's actually a pretty easy top 10 to see. What?
I got to 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to...
You seen you seen that Bond one with Pierce Brosnan?
Yes. Die Another Day, I've seen that one.
Okay. I was
Yeah, that's
confusing
the Halle Berry
Tomorrow
one,
Never
right?
Dies. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Definitely.
Or maybe I was confusing The World Is Not
Who
Enough.
cares? Too many Bond movies.
All right. Well, The Ring was directed by Gore Verbinski, who it's crazy. He has a lot of things that you and I both like.
Yeah, like one of my favorites, Mouse Hunt.
Yeah, I was
With
going to say
Nathan
Mouse
Lane.
Hunt. We both really, really like that movie. For you, Rango.
Yeah, I like Ringu.
I really love The Mexican.
That's
Brad Pitt,
and
Julian Roberts.
Yeah, Julian
It's
Roberts.
just such a weird, quirky movie that has like a fun like lore in itself. I really like that movie so much.
It's an interesting kind of rom-com thing,
Yeah,
you know. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 and 2.
and 3.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just saw 1
Yeah.
and 2. The Weatherman and then Lone Ranger. So he also has one on his list that's problematic for certain reasons.
Hey.
His a couple. Well, that had nothing to do with him, but this has a stain on it now.
Yeah, I mean, in a weird way, it's like nowadays there's not as many of these like or other country like movies being remade. Now we're just like, because like Parasite was just brought to America. You know, if Parasite came out in the early 2000s, someone would be like, let's make that American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this movie, The Ring, it spawned this whole like cycle of taking Japanese horror films and remaking them for American audiences.
Well, besides this and The Grudge.
There's a couple more. I mean, at least.
Well, I guess even Dark Water then.
Yeah, Dark Water. Where is it? I was just reading. Dark Water, Shudder, The Eye, The Grudge, Dark Water, Shudder, The Eye. I mean, there's a handful of them. I mean, those are the only 4 listed on Wikipedia. Are you doing like a full list?
Just good, just really quick. I'm just like, okay. Dark Water.
Yep.
Death Note. Oh, I forgot they did that.
Yeah, Netflix did one. Yeah.
I forgot they did that.
I mean, Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
I think maybe Ghost in the Shell was kind of like the nail in the coffin for that. You know what I mean?
Well, they didn't handle that property very well.
No.
I mean, I know I'm going to get flack for this, but weird Death Note's also, they put that in Seattle too.
Yeah.
Funny. I know Death Note gets its flack for its reasons, and I understand that, but I enjoyed it. Mainly,
Death Note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly because Willem Dafoe as the demon
Oh,
was just...
What's his name?
I don't remember, but he was so good. Because it just looked like Willem Dafoe.
Fair.
But I enjoyed that one. But yeah, there's a handful.
Yeah.
I mean...
I was like, even like Old Boy was a horrible fucking remake of a Korean film, you know? Of Old Boy.
Yeah. What was that, Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Spike.
Lee?
Was it Spike Lee or Spike Jones?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I thought you refused to watch it.
I watched it and now I refuse to watch it.
Oh, you're never going to rewatch it.
There's no reason to rewatch it unless we wanted to review it here. I said that way too sarcastically. But yeah. Any more thoughts with that?
No. No.
We're in a weird tangent here right now. I feel us fading away from some. We need to pick up the energy. The Ring. 7 days. Starring?
Yeah. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. I think it'll pick up once we actually start talking about the movie.
Yeah.
So our lead, our journalist lady is the badass Naomi Watts, and I say that because she's got that's bunky Lois Lane. I'm gonna find my story.
Investigative
journalism vibe. But yeah, she plays Rachel.
Where is she from?
Australia?
Nope.
Oh, I don't know.
She's English.
Oh, I don't know. Why'd you ask me? I don't know. That felt really loaded.
It kind of was. Because when we were talking about...
I don't know. She's a tall, blue-eyed blonde. I just thought she was Australian.
I mean, I knew she was an American, but when you just so confidently said, like, oh, we're going to do 2 blonde-ish New Zealand actresses in our block and
also,
whatnot.
I said Australian. I didn't say New Zealand. I said
Whatever.
Do not. They're different.
I know. But I'm just saying whatever.
She is British.
Yeah.
Oh. After her family moved to Australia. She made her day. She grew up in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Suck it.
I didn't see that. I just saw that she was born in like Essex or something. I was like, what the fuck? She's British, dude. What's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
she was born in England. It looks like was born in England.
But when she moved to Australia.
Ugh, I can't. My God, I
don't-
need
we don't
glasses.
You've been saying that for a year.
Yeah,
Get it done.
I know. Dude, it's really bad. It's not even that small. Maybe, I don't know. Something's going on.
Where's your lifter thing? Are you just not bringing it anymore?
No, I've been... it's my backpack. I need to clean out my backpack. It's too heavy. Like, this is just easier to carry around. But anyways.
Naomi Watts, what has she been in?
Jeez.
What, to me? What?
I got sucked into her early life, and there's some stuff in there.
Oh, shit. A Mulholland Drive is the first one I wrote. When I think of Naomi Watts, that's really my quick association with her.
I wrote down King Kong because I really want to review that one.
That's my second one.
Peter Jackson's King Kong, because I remember it being really cool.
Well, it's an action because it's like a true remake to the original.
Well, yeah, and it's just got a great cast: Adrian Brody, Naomi Watts,
Yeah.
Jack Black. It's just a weird.
Is John Goodman in that one, or is he? No, he's in Skull Island.
He's in Skull Island.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
You know. She's in the remake of Funny Games.
Yeah, with Tim Roth.
Yes, she's also.
That's a shot for shot with the same director.
She's in a movie that I've recommended a couple of times. A Bill Murray joint, Saint Vincent, that would fit really well into your age thing you were talking about.
What I think about calling it the Golden Years block.
Yeah, but Saint Vincent, she plays like a Russian stripper.
Oh, interesting.
Prostitute that he's dating. It's like a really weird role for you. She just suddenly kind of pops up and there she is.
She actually is. She's got a range for because I mean, she'll do drama. She's done horror. She's done a good amount of comedy. I mean, I Heart Huckabees. That movie's just weird, but
yeah,
she's
that's
great.
a Wes Anderson joint, right?
Why do you keep saying joint at the end of it? Not
I've
all of them.
I've said it like twice. Calm down.
No. I Heart Huckabees is not Wes Anderson.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, but you know it's not.
Yeah. I can see why you say that, but it's definitely not his aesthetic.
David O.
100%.
Russell.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. I was seeing something else in my head. Up next we had, so that was Naomi Watts, who plays Rachel. Up next we have Martin Henderson, who plays love interest Noah, who I just know from Grey's Anatomy. Oh, there's a wild documentary coming out about that, and I'm really excited.
Oh, about all the drama?
About one of the writers, one of the main writers for Grey's Anatomy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Anatomy of Lies.
Oh, okay.
It looks cool. But yeah, he's a doctor. And
I recognize him from the movie X. I didn't realize that it was him.
X?
He's the guy that's producing the porn movie in it.
Triple X. Hey, weird.
Yeah.
We're family.
That was so many connections. Yeah, he's the guy with the glasses, the cowboy hat. Do you remember X very well?
Not really.
Okay.
That one was done and over for me. That didn't really make an impact like Pearl did.
That's fair. I mean, Pearl is amazing. So
Pearl was very different.
highly recommend Pearl.
And also he's in Smoking Aces,
Which I just don't remember that movie.
I really still want to put that on the list as like another, if we do another shoot 'em up block, because I remember it being a really interesting ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And it's fucking stupid.
Wait, is Ryan Reynolds in this one?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think so. I have a memory of him being in it.
Yeah.
Like a young Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
It's like when he started his action thing.
Yeah.
When he started going into that lane, but he still has the, the merc with the mouth kind of vibe.
He's always been
But yeah, so I really want to add that to it.
I got the kid next.
David Dorfman.
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 Do you know how to read?
Dorfman. I don't have my glasses that I clearly need.
You wrote it.
I can't wait to drive later tonight.
There you go.
Woo!
I didn't put any of the movies down because he retired from acting and is now an attorney.
He was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The one of the remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not the Jessica Biel one, right? No, definitely not the Jessica Biel one. I think he was in...
He was Jedediah.
He's in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or wait. Or is it just... I can't remember. He's in like...
That's another franchise you need to stop.
They keep rarely rebooting or somehow connecting together.
Yeah. It's like Halloween enough.
Yeah.
Stop.
I think Halloween Ends may have ended it.
I thought they were gearing up for one more. Are they not? I thought they were.
No, I know.
No? Okay.
No, because the guy that did that, he was like, I just wanted to do my trilogy and end it.
Okay.
But who knows? Rob Zombie might be like, I'm going to reboot my shit.
Yeah. Wait, I have more to say.
I saw a meme the other day that's it says Rob Zombie just looks like the ghost of Macho Man Randy Savage. And I was like, this is really very fitting. And then Daveigh Chase plays our ghost girl, Samara.
Yes.
Who was the original voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch.
She was Lilo, which I didn't know. I thought that was very funny. And I was like, that's kind of,
that wouldn't get cast that way today.
That's scary.
And she was Samantha Darko and Donnie Darko.
And then Samantha and S. Darko.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I didn't recognize her at all. Well, I mean, I watched Donnie Darko a lot when I was in high school.
But yeah, wasn't she like 10 in it or something? Wasn't she itty bitty?
Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
Same age as this. Donnie Darko came out after this.
Yeah, so she was, I mean.
I thought she was like 12 in this, in The Ring. 10 or 12. I didn't look up her birthday,
Oh, Chase?
Yeah.
She was born in like 1990, I think.
Okay, so she's like 9, 10 filming this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, 10 or 12. This came out in 02.
If I remember when I was reading her bio. Yeah, she was born in 1990 in Vegas. So.
Viva Las Vegas! Sorry.
Anyway. She's in a video game called Let It Die. What is that?
Tommy's always distracted by his video games.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's weird.
What?
It's almost like the video game idea I had.
Oh, seriously? That we were talking about the other night?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wait, the tower builder?
Kind of. Well, yeah. Good. Yeah, actually. How do you
just save it?
How do you do that?
I don't save what? What do you? I don't know.
How do you save it? What's the button? Print screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. No. Is that right? Yeah, sure. All right.
You could just bookmark the tab.
Oh. Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh my fucking God.
That's easier. Anyways, then up next we had just an honorable mention for, because it's a very short moment, but I did want to talk about him. Brian Cox, who plays Richard Morgan, who is Samara's father,
Adoptive father,
and he's just incredible.
He's great.
He has 244 credits.
And this is the first movie that I can think of that I was looking for. I looked through his stuff and I didn't see anything. I might be wrong because, but we haven't done any movies with him. I think you might have brought him up once or twice. I can't remember. But the most recent thing that I remember us watching with him was us trying to watch Long Kiss Goodnight. Gina Davis and Samuel Jackson.
Well, he's bookmarked.
For what?
I don't know. He's in my bookmark thing though, but he's not.
When you click on him, does it not show you where the bookmark is?
No, because it's just under cast. That's weird.
Because I feel like we have talked about him, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. We've had to talk about him. But anyways.
Maybe a voice acting thing.
Brian Cox, most currently in this show Succession.
Yeah.
He's X2, Troy.
Mm-hmm.
Trick or Treat.
I thought we were just doing an honorable mention.
Yeah, no, but I just was thinking about how he
does a lot of horror.
Well, not even just a lot of horror. It's like he's a really great actor because he's kind of comfort food. He's always kind of him, but he has really great comedy chops.
Oh yeah,
too. I've seen him in a couple roles.
Yeah,
that I enjoy. That I'm not gonna.
He was funny as hell in The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Okay, another one I was thinking of.
That's fine. And then I got for Anna Morgan, the mother, Samara's adoptive mother, Shannon Cochran, who I didn't really recognize anything from her.
No, I didn't either.
But a really quick shout out, because this is before he was famous from the OC. Adam Brody has a quick little
teenager bit,
a minute and a half of screen time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what? He died last week too, the same night.
Oh, without that, she wouldn't have started investigating.
It's true. I love that scene just really quick. That scene is really funny. How Naomi Watts comes out and she's like, I'm the cool aunt smoking cigarettes with the teenagers.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, well, I feel like that's what she's. They did a good job of making that what she was trying to do.
And the teenagers was like, fucking god damn it, get out of here, fucking boomer. Ha ha. Anybody else?
No, I was just I just typed in cast under bookmarks to see which ones came up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's quite a few movies that he could be in that he just has a bit part.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 Rooms. He could be somewhere in there.
Possibly, yeah.
Final Fantasy Spirits Within. He could be. Does that feel right?
Maybe.
Does that feel right? Actually, did I hit it? Let me just look real quick. It's gonna bug me. No, not that one. God damn it! What are we talking about? What was he in? I didn't look that hard because I really didn't think we did anything with him.
I scanned through his entire list and nothing popped out. But,
okay.
Again, I've forgotten movies that we've reviewed before because my memory sucks. Well, how about we move into reviews?
Okay, start with our scores and I'll pull
Yeah. I was very surprised with the scores.
Okay, why?
Well, because IMDb, it's got a 7.1. Mm-hmm. And on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 71% tomato meter rating. And I've been noticing that a lot. It's the tomato meter rating and the IMDb has been matching a lot lately. But it has a 48% popcorn audience score rating, which I would have felt that audiences would be higher for this, especially all of the fucking horror nuts out there. You know what I mean? Because this movie is a genuine horror classic now,
Well, do you think that might also cause the issues that you have the horror purists out there because it is a remake?
Maybe.
I could see that.
I was thinking the remake. Yeah, the remake thing is the only idea that I could see because, since it's also a remake of a movie that was interpreted from a book, it's like, a couple degrees of separation where
this is kind of
easily like things can get lost in translation and moments or important facets of the original story can be lost,
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is also the kind of an example of Zodiac.
Zodiac?
Yeah, I found it. Brian Cox, Zodiac.
When did we do Zodiac? Like, I'm remembering it. Oh, that was just that we were. Journalism.
Episode 84.
Journalism.
Yep. Okay. All right. I can now. I can die happy.
Cool. Let me pull out my gun and fucking shoot you.
That was aggressive. Well, I mean, this is kind of the example of what I'm talking about it's just slapping the name on it, because it's pretty different. I mean, the biggest thing is the tape, but that's a cursed object that causes death in someone.
From the novel? Or from the Ringu remake?
Well, I'm saying it's such a degree of separation at this point. They're just slapping the name Ring on it. The main character is different. It's a different names, everyone, a completely different location, different culture. The only thing that's really remaining the same is cursed object with a spirit in it that kills people.
Kind of. I mean, in the remake, I wouldn't say it's slapping a name on it because it's literally, it's a female journalist with her husband searching out why this VHS tape that's possessed is going to kill them. That killed this woman, killed the niece of the female journalist.
Well, no, but even the plot of the book is so different.
Yes.
So I'm saying it's become such a, I don't know. I think it's just it to me feels like a completely different thing.
Well, and it's like the novel itself is like a male journalist and a psychic investigator work together to solve out, because of this VHS tape that the male journalists end up watching by a well, in this in a cabin or whatever,
yeah.
I feel like there's enough of the source material in this for it to still be considered Ringu from even the novel. It's just an inspired adapted version of the book.
Yeah.
It's not like Child's Play where it's like, we're going to create this AI robot. Oh, let's just make it Chucky.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You hated Child's Play more than I did.
100%.
But I've always hated Chucky, so I didn't really give a shit what they did to the property. Personally, I was like, whatever. They're giving it a modern take rather than being a magic talisman.
Well, I mean, imagine if someone remade Halloween, but instead of Michael Myers being the killer, it was a trash can.
I get your point, but I don't really care because it's also neither here nor there. Anyways,
well, and I'm just it's like I don't feel like this is like a slap. Like, oh, we have our own story, just slap the ring on it. I think this has been, this is. I mean, especially this American version is a remake of the 98 film,
Yeah.
Which the 98 film is considered also a really good horror movie in its own right. Kind of like when we were talking about Vanilla Sky, like Abra los Ojos, that movie in general in Mexican cinema was really, really good. Tom Cruise saw it and he's like, I want to remake this for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the journey that we're at here.
Yeah.
Who was it? Oh man, I didn't write that down, did I? Because I was also curious on the production. Ring went into production without a completed script. Ehren Kruger wrote 3 drafts. That's going to be before Scott Frank came to do an uncredited. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, someone did an uncredited rewrite. Yeah, it doesn't even say who or why they decided to remake this. It was just like someone in Hollywood was just like saw Ringu, was like, let's make it American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I distracted everything for reviews.
Yeah, no, they just wanted to make it. So on Metacritic, it has a 57, which comes to a mixed or average, with 19 positive, 13 mixed, and 4 negative. The first one I wrote down for the positive with a 90 by Stephen Hunter at Washington Post. The creepiest, clammiest, twitchiest squeal fest in months. It offers amongst its many pleasures the happiness of safe fear. Which I don't really follow that. I didn't either. So I kind of opened it up for a conversation.
What? Just read the beginning of it.
The creepiest, clammiest, twitchiest squeal fest in months.
Okay, so I think the video.
It offers amongst its many pleasures the happiness of safe fear.
Huh. Yeah, I don't follow with that. I think that might be to read the entire
the
review.
page isn't down. I just
didn't
know if that would make sense to you. That's why I wrote down a couple more.
I mean, it's like I could piece together something, but I don't know. Just say, what does he mean by safe fear? Because it's a movie, it's not real. What do you mean by that? Because a VHS tape can't actually come and kill you?
Because it's on a rail, maybe.
On a rail?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The plot is just.
It's
a safe. You know what I mean? It's not really, and maybe because of it being a remake. All the plot's already out there. It's not like some
you could already know it.
You could already know it, maybe.
I mean, I fucking didn't know it. I remember rocking in my seat in the theater, scared out of my mind when I saw this movie.
I guess, yeah, because even then, this one came 4 years after the original Japanese movie. I think that it'd be kind of a niche group that would have gotten their American group that would have gotten their hands on it at that point. I wrote a note. See Time by Richard Schnickel, who gave it an 80. An edgy, watchable film, but one that makes you feel more squeamish than screamish, which I thought that was...
Yeah, because there's a lot more unsettling imagery and moments in this that leads to a moment of fucking complete fear.
Well, and then I just thought this was funny. Keith Pheeps wrote, as a marriage of big-budget filmmaking and old-fashioned scare tactics, it easily ranks along last year's The Others. I just thought that was funny.
Oh, interesting.
So for mixed, who do we got? LA Weekly. 60 by David Shute at LA Weekly. In the final, I really agree with this. In the final reel, the tension dissipates with a flabby hiss as the film devolves into a bland, conventional ghost story. My biggest drawback with this is the final 15, 20 minutes.
Of her coming out of the screen?
Yeah, well, yeah, just the build up to that. It's kind of got the Lord of the Rings and the movie 3 times kind of thing.
Okay, so yeah, this movie is what, an hour 55.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there is moments where it's we could have gotten there maybe 10 minutes earlier.
But it's also the ending is kind of elongated in a weird way.
Yeah, but I always took that as a kind of a good swerve, a good little twist, because you get to this point in the movie where she's lying in bed with her kid and you're thinking, oh, this is the denouement, this is the end of it, they helped Samara. And then all of a sudden the kid's like, what the fuck do you mean you helped her?
And
then you're like, wait, what? And then, so it's I think for me, the false ending kept me going to go, wait, what the fuck is happening?
Well, what I mean is with Noah, they drew that out a lot.
Samara coming out of the TV and that whole thing?
Yeah, because also that's really weird for the movie because a lot of Samara's interaction with everyone is kind of behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like them finding the bodies, you never really see what she does to them or what this curse does. But that whole sequence of her coming out, him getting attacked, then her getting there, finding the body, then her coming down, seeing the assistant, then going to grab him, then making the tape. You're kind of like, it feels like you're gearing up to restart the movie to you know what I mean?
I get everything you're saying, like the post Finding Noah thing.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, obviously we need to figure out how she survived too, because she's trying to figure out why didn't I die?
Yeah.
Which is important to the story as well. And I guess also when you watch this, like this movie is very different after you've seen it or it's kind of been spoiled for you. Cause I remember the first time, your first time you watch it, I think all of that, you're really not noticing that. You're just so caught up in like, what the fuck just happened, that you don't realize how long that end bit is actually taking. Mm-hmm. Upon rewatching it and knowing it, that's why I haven't rewatched this since I was maybe 18, like at all, because I remember wanting to rewatch it after I'd seen it in theaters when I was like 15, 16 when I saw it in theaters, and renting it with some friends. Like, yeah, no, I remember it scared the hell out of me. That's a really scary movie. And I was like, I never want to watch it again. It scared the shit out of me. Uh-huh. And then starting to watch it and watching it. And I remember at that time just being like, I think the scare is gone. Like now that I know everything, like it's not scary anymore. Like I know everything that's going to happen. Like the thing that scared me was the unknowing of it all.
Well, that's the thing is I've never really found this movie scary, to be frank. The Grudge is scary to me but even then,
I've never seen The Grudge all the way through, so I can't really speak on that.
Well, because The Grudge is also very hands-on curse.
Okay.
They have a lot of screen time. They're really up in your face a lot of the time. And like they're also, changing the rules of reality around you. Like, the woman gets in bed, she's alone in bed.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, right?
In the first one, I don't know about the second one, because the second one's like an anthology. There's 3 stories happening.
That's how the Juon, the original one, is as well.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar in the first one, and then there's a scene in the woman, I think it's the second one, gets into bed. The bed is empty, but then she pulls up the covers, gets into the bed. And then suddenly,
I've seen that screen.
So it's like they're very hands-on, very able to change the reality of around you.
That's
kind of
fair.
Thing. But this is very much, it's very much a ghost story, and that's what I liked about that review, is that it's very squeamish. This movie is very squeamish. It's not very screamy.
Samara is like haunting you.
It's more of a haunting story, and then there's this whole investigative journalism thing, which makes it really interesting. Mm-hmm. Because even to say, I watch this movie every couple of years just because it's good. I don't know. I like it. I like the whole vibe of it, and it's very for this.
Oh yeah.
In Seattle, and it's spooky, and green and blue filter to make it really Seattle-y.
Actually, the green and blue filter really like helps the tone of this film so much, in the spookiness to it, and also I feel like it also it makes you feel this sense of like underwater in a well.
It makes everything feel wet.
Yeah.
Because Seattle, man.
Then Samara's in a well.
And it's wet. Wet. No, but...
Did you have any more reviews?
Oh, yeah, I had the negative one. Hello.
Okay.
The Village Voice with a 30 by Michael Arkinson. Requiring an enormous amount of suspended disbelief, the original Rings may be a culture-specific phenomenon. Despite strenuous efforts to Americanize Nakata's Field of Bad Dreams, the preview audience did a lot of cackling.
The what? Did a lot of cackling?
The preview audience.
Laughing?
Cackling.
Yeah, but what does he mean by cackling?
They were laughing at it.
Yeah, okay. Really? Huh.
But I only brought that one up because of the culture specific
to
the Rings thing.
Because this is very like the type of ghost and haunting it is very...
Yeah, but if you didn't know The Ring was a Japanese movie, you never saw The Ring, this is a solid...
It is.
Ghost story.
100%, yeah.
Like on its own without any of the connection. It's like
one of the biggest things for this movie and like the negative review thing is, one, I don't think they ever explicitly explain how Samara...
It's Silent Hill. The movie, not the game. The movie.
They don't ever explicitly explain how Samara possessed this tape.
because she could already do it.
Wait a second. Oh, she could burn the images into things.
She's William Stryker's son from X2.
Yeah.
Enough. Brian Cox.
Fucking shit. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's implied that she already has some kind of ability, whether she be a mutant, whether she be demonic, whether they never go into that, but she already had this ability to get into the minds of not only humans, but the horses, and she already had this ability.
And there was the little images that she had burned into okay. But you see, again, like that's us, we're talking about it, and it's like, oh, that's a way that she did it, but it's not explicitly said. You really got to deduce that. I don't know if maybe they explain it more in The Ring 2.
Well, no, but then though, because with that kind of thing, to deduce it, you need to have the people around her understand it.
Yeah.
And no one understood it.
Yeah.
That was part of the problem, and that's why Mom went crazy. It's because this little girl was burrowing into her head. They couldn't find any way to stop it, so she went, bye.
I just remembered. So in the 98 Ringu, Samara's Sadako, she's the daughter of a woman who has ESP powers, and was kind of like a minor celebrity because of it type thing. Mm-hmm. And then Sadako, she just took the powers into an evil way.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to kind of see like this weird like separation. Like Samara is an adoptive daughter of Anna and Arthur, Richard Morgan, and so we don't know
Arthur Morgan's Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, you're right. We don't know Samara's birth parents and like where she got these powers from, type thing.
And that creates...
Which in a way that creates like kind of more of a creepy thing.
Yeah, more of a mystery, more of an unknown, and humans' inherent nature is to be scared of the unknown, so... And
it's the father in Ringu that kills Sadako and puts her in the well. And this one, an interesting twist, because you have Naomi Watts, what's her character's name?
Rachel.
Accusing...
Rachel! That's how I remember it.
Accusing... Rachel accusing Dad for killing Samara, only for it to be revealed that Anna did it, and then Anna, with the guilt, took her own life.
Well, they're really overkill. That was my note on that one. What did I write? Where is he? Kind of overkill on the suicide, my guy. Jesus. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, I thought that kind of messed... I didn't really care for that, because I was kind of like, that's kind of a shock. Kind of a shock value. You know what I mean? You know. Yeah, if you know, you know. Like, that whole thing really felt like, what if... as opposed to just, like a normal person. I don't know. I thought that was really bizarre. Kind of out of left field. It was very Jigsaw-y. And in that scene, the action was fine because of, her messing with heads and the guilt, and the action was fine for the plot, but the execution of it was really like
a little over the top, it felt.
For this movie.
It looked like what he was trying to do was destroy all type of video evidence of Samara. Like, he's trying to end some type of cycle of something. He's trying to end something, not just himself.
Yeah, and I guess you could, but that's the thing. You can make the argument that it's just a distressed mind,
Oh, 100%.
But it was still like, it still felt really weird, like kind of out of left field. Like, I was like, that's a
it's kind of, it is kind of like and now he's stood.
Yeah. You're like, okay, got it. So yeah, this whole movie is... This is the day where the movie is about trauma, but it's not really super in your face about it.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a couple of themes and metaphors that some people from the Japanese novel and even Ringu, the movie, 98 movie, that said it kind of got lost in translation, kind of like media taking over, this thing of generational divide or something as well. But at the end of the day, I was sitting there thinking about is there any actual theme or metaphor being said in this. And even if there is, it's like, it's just such a good, genuine ghost story. That's really what it is that it's just a good haunting. What a good haunting.
Yeah. I mean,
and like the weird things that Rachel is experiencing and goes through, like like there is moments where it's like you're reacting a little bit too calm, like you're kind of freaking out, but like when she pulls out the fucking thing from her throat, very unsettling scene. But how isn't she just like, and then when she sees those in the box, why aren't you like, this came out of me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yawn.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But that's always like kind of a horror movie thing.
It was like that movie, horror movie I watched the other day, Daddy's Head, where we're like, well, you are acting way too blah.
Oh, yeah, don't listen to anyone about that movie. Don't watch it.
It's not very good. Or watch it if you want to see it.
It's fine. I what did I say? I've seen worse. I've seen better.
Yeah.
It was really whatever.
But
I didn't really.
There's like
visually
when
cool.
she pulls the fly out of the screen.
That was cool.
It's a really cool scene, but it's kind of like, why aren't you like freaking out about this fly that you just pulled out of a goddamn monitor?
But it's also like, why? There is this element of why is this happening?
Yeah.
Because and that's kind of the what is its purpose? It doesn't have a purpose. It's a giant rock monster. It kind of is, it becomes clear through the interviews and stuff that Samara has always had this tendency for harm and ill will.
She says that explicitly in the video, which
I know, as I just said.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
But so by killing her, all you did was make her a more powerful. You Freddy Kruegered her, right?
Yeah.
That's basically all you did, is that you put her now on this level, this plane where she can hurt you, you can't hurt her.
Yeah.
But then you're kind of like, that's all well and good. So is she really just doing all of this for the fear of the 7 days? Okay, great. But then what's with the fly? Is that just to trip her out? Like, and I get it's a ghost story and we're supposed to be getting these creepy visuals.
It's Samara supposed to scare you. Ooh.
Yeah. But it's like with Freddy makes sense because he's escalating to get more powerful.
Yeah.
Samira, you got 7 days. Like,
how long do you think you can live in a well like that?
That was cool. I liked that. I liked that explanation for
7 days.
It was really cheeky, kind of tongue in cheek moment, but I really enjoyed it.
I remember calling
that
that into the theater. I remember being like, it's fucking 7 days.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it is
to live in a well for 7 days in the dark,
trying to claw your way out.
That's a pretty brutal way to go.
Yeah. But that's one thing is like when I asked like how Samara did this, it's like the why was never a thing. You get the why Samara.
She's evil.
Yeah, because going back to that video, it's very subtly said how she's like, I want to do it. I'm sorry, but I want to.
Well, yeah, but even then, it's like rewatching it, kind of what you're saying, rewatching it and knowing, more. You are kind of sitting there and I don't want to, but I'm gonna bring up The Grudge again. Samara has been. How do I word this? You watch the tape, you die, right? And so you're in the beginning of this whole process. Why? As an audience member, why is it that Samara
wants to
kill people that watch? Yes, she is a victim and she's angry about it, but why is she
vengeful spirit?
How is it that now all these other people that for years and years later that just happen upon a VHS tape are watching it? You know what I mean? And then why is it their problem what happened to you?
And the why is really just because she wants to.
And that's just that's her key. That's the only way she can get connection with someone is...
She's an evil kid. She just wants to kill people.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the thing. And that might be and that kind of might be part of the disconnect too with the Japanese aspect to it.
Is that she's a spirit that wants to kill people.
Well, because the grudge is, when something so terrible and traumatic happens moments right before death, it creates this other, not just a spirit, it creates this, I can't remember what it's called, this entity.
I don't want to look it up.
No,
I know what
but
you're
this entity that now has become...
That's what Samara is as well.
Yeah, but the thing is that we don't really have, as an American...
We don't have a culture like that.
No, as an American culture, we don't have these little key moments home. You know, a lot of our, you know, we have spirits. They could be angry spirits. They could be nice spirits. There is not kind of a immediate turning point that creates into something else. And I think that might be kind of the disconnect. Because you are sitting there kind of like, what the fuck did these teenagers do to you?
It's because in American audiences, it's more of whatever, like, it's a Christian fear, you know? Any type of, like, you know, biblical thing is going to be more of, like, that's our cultural lore of horror, you know. Is,
a demon.
Demon.
And that's, I guess, you for an American audience, that's what she has become. When she died, she became some form of demon.
Yeah.
She got recruited into the ranks, you know?
Yeah.
But... You know, and there is like the whole disbelief thing. You do have to kind of let it go. You know, like even the tape in the lodge, the unmarked tape. You're kind of like, who's putting it there? Somehow Samara is making a tape, and
all someone needed to do in that lodge is just leave a blank VHS tape on accident at some point, and then she's like, ah, ha ha.
Oh no, they do kind of explain that.
Oh, they brought a blank VHS tape because they wanted to record the game, but the reception was bad.
What?
She talks about her boyfriend wanting to record the football game.
Oh no, I meant why that tape would have been put there. It's the it follows thing. I never actually put that. I just put that together.
Oh yeah.
That you can pass along the curse.
Yeah,
and that's how you break it. Is you just give it to someone else.
Yeah.
So that's why it was there. Someone before had figured out this shit too.
Mm-hmm. Made a copy of it and left it.
But then even then that confused me too. It's like you helped her. Is it like now is she free reign?
No. You
like,
see, and that's another thing is like maybe explain more in the sequel because Naomi Watts is in the sequel.
Yeah, I saw that. It's got like
so it's a continuation of Samara's, you know,
story.
I'm
gonna watch it.
I'm down to watch it too because
I just want to know.
Yeah,
I just want to know what the rest of the lore is. You know,
because the kid sitting up be like, why would you fucking help her, dude?
Yeah,
like,
but then like, what's the big deal? Like, I mean, yeah, your dad's dead, but you know, like,
he hasn't been there anyway. So
I want to go back to that though. I want to go back to that ending, and just because of the fact of like that drawn out thing, like I think all you really had to do was that whole scene of the kid like, yeah, why, blah, 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 like that's a bad idea, so on and so forth. And then have her trying to call the dad's busy doing something, and he looks at the phone, and then behind him you see the TV turn on with the static, and then the well come up, and then you see her get up, get close to the TV, maybe have that starting of her coming out, and then boom, there you go, done.
Without him noticing?
Yeah. Because the whole, how I get it, it's the big monster reveal, basically, you know, the big creature reveal. But the movie is so subtle with everything that she's doing, being so behind the scenes, that I think that would have fit really in well.
I think
and just show her kind of coming out, and then you're like, oh shit, she can come into this world.
Yeah, I think that whole moment is what they wanted is to give homage to the monster reveal, the cinematic moment of his fear and whatnot.
Well, then she like emoteps him,
and then it be that homage to what the original 98 one was, you know, and how it ends. I respectfully disagree with you because I think the seeing his fear and his reaction, maybe a little over the top with all of it, but his reaction, I think sells the fear of it a lot more. And seeing the abilities of what she truly can do, like, oh my God, she can enter our world like this, and she has been possibly this entire time, is just terrifying.
Well, yeah, but I still think you can do that without it being so drawn out. I just think it needed a little...
Drawn out, yes.
It was drawn out, that's all. But even that, you know, when you see it thing, I was like, I don't know if I missed it. Is there a conversation with Becky's mom, or whatever the fuck her name is?
The one in the institution?
No, Well, there's the one that died. In the beginning, her mom and Naomi Watts, Rachel.
Yeah, they're sisters.
Yeah. But is there a conversation about
just a terrible? Sorry,
about her dying of fear? I remember there being an explicit
not necessarily of fear. It's like, how does a healthy 16-year-old girl's
heart just stop?
Just stop?
I thought they had a full-on conversation about it. Was almost like she was scared to death. Or am I thinking of a different movie? I might be thinking of a different movie.
I think Naomi Watts brings brings up something that's like she was scared to death, but it's not to her mother. It's not to her sister.
Oh,
I think it's to someone else.
Because I thought it was in the kitchen. I had this weird thing where I had this memory, and honestly, I wonder if it's like watching the DVD of it, if there is something like that on the DVD, and it got cut from the
deleted scene.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or even like it was on the DVD.
But I feel like the line, as if they were scared to death, is probably in a lot of horror movies.
No, but it's like I see it. I see them talking in the kitchen.
And we can pull it up a little bit later and find it if we want to.
Nah, I don't care.
But does that change anything for you in the movie? If they do or don't have that conversation?
No, I just was sitting there. It was one of those scenes. I was sitting there in the whole movie waiting.
Oh, waiting. I know exactly. It's like you have this weird imprinted memory.
Yeah, and I'm like, where
the fuck that scene go?
Yeah.
It's a Mandela effect.
Yeah, it was a different timeline, Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I really enjoy this movie. Wait, what are we at?
Like 61.
Okay.
Soon.
I really enjoy this movie. I still think it's really great. I think it has a great blend of like what we were talking about with this whole block with the ghost thing. It's a solid mystery, kind of trying to figure out what the deal is with a really a pretty solid reveal.
Yeah.
It's fun at the end. It's also a fun rewatch if you haven't watched it in a while.
Yes, I would say definitely give it 10 years at least.
What do you mean?
Because, like I said,
yeah.
Because I watched it when I was in theaters. Then when I was like 18, I tried to rewatch it, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't scary." Now that I'm 38,
yeah,
it's like, and I'm because rewatching it, I felt that sense of uneasiness again. And
that's I mentioned to you too. They did that really great thing where when they're showing you clips of the video, the cursed video, it really makes you want to not watch those scenes.
Yeah, because you're uncomfortable.
You're uncomfortable. You know something wrong with it.
Did I bring up Hans Zimmer being the music composer of this yet?
No.
Hans Zimmer, fucking Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows how to like utilize sound in such a cool way that his score really helps the ambiance of the song. And then the color grade that we were talking about, the blue and the green filter, like
Seahawk.
Seattle.
Seahawk.
All right, I'm done with that. You ruined it.
Well, with the green and the blue filter really
with the color. With the sound, it really helps the ambiance of the uneasiness of the film.
Yeah.
I
mean, my biggest problem with this kind of thing too, it's really fucking simple. Don't watch the fucking VHS.
Yeah.
You're good.
Well, I mean, she doesn't know what she's unlocking, but she quickly is like, I don't want fucking anyone else to watch this.
Yeah. But then two other people end up watching it.
Well, okay. One of them, because finally she's like, fine, I'll let you watch it, whatever. Like, because she's probably still in a sense of disbelief. Like, like she's freaked out. She's like, well, yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe there's no fucking way. But then the phone rings and she's like, fuck this. And her son watching it is complete, like, not by, I mean, Samara probably led the kid to the tape somehow. Because,
yeah, but also...
Also, how the fuck is the kid communicating with Samara before the movie? Oh, wait. Oh.
Leaving that tape sitting around is like leaving a loaded handgun.
Yeah, fair.
That thing needs to be in a safe, under the bed, locked away, especially if you got a kid running around.
I just realized, so at the beginning of it, the teacher's like talking about the sister or the cousin who just recently died and the drawings that I can't remember his name, the kid's name. David? No, that's his real name. Was
Aiden,
thank you, was drawing, and it's clearly Samara in a well. It's like underground, and Rachel's like, no, yeah, we just buried his cousin. It's been, a couple of days ago, blah, 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 blah. And then the teacher, after she's like, I know how to raise my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's fine. He's grieving. Okay. You said the teacher's like, his cousin passed away 3 days ago. He was drawing these a week ago.
Yeah.
Samara had probably been tormenting the cousin through that week, and Aiden
was around
for it. I did never put that together.
Yeah, because they were thick as thieves, best friends.
Yeah.
So he was already in contact with her. And that's probably why he was able to get the information he was able to. Mm-hmm. He was like, "This bitch is evil.
No, why the fuck would you help her?
Don't help her. She's mean. She's a mean ghost lady."
I think it's weird that he calls his mom Rachel.
Oh,
Or is that a weird like love term of endearment thing that they have together? Like it's just because they're like hello Rachel.
I mean, I made a note. It's 2000. It's 2002, and let's just put it out there. The kid's on the spectrum. He is. He's completely. He is like not in a. It's like he's different.
It's like even like how he's like dressing himself in the mirror. It's like
got her clothes out, but
he
I
thinks
think
he's people.
But even I think that we wrote the character like that to have some more easy. I feel like as an audience member, for some reason, it's easier for us to connect them to having a bond if they're both kind of off like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like we think that Samar and him have a connection.
Yeah, but if he was just like a normal little, like not normal, but just like a rambunctious 8-year-old,
I see dead people,
dirty little toddler, basically running around making a mess and screaming and being very
look, I saw the girl in the well. What the fuck? Quit drawing this weird shit.
Yeah, but it's like no, you make him kind of sensitive and perceptive. It's like okay, well that makes sense. You couldn't have just like shithead Chad running around
He's
like
hitting his head on the wall.
like
hey, look,
I see dead people. You need to have him kind of have this old soul quality for it to make the connection, and that's kind of weirdly a horror movie trope that I never noticed until just now.
Oh yeah,
you really if you need the kid talking to ghosts, you need to have him a little bit on the spectrum.
yeah, no, yeah.
That's not a bad thing. I've noticed a trend. They're more in touch with the other side, I don't know.
Because they're in touch with their feelings or something like that.
I mean, the kid just reminded me of Jason Bateman's kid in The Switch. The little mini him. It's Jennifer Aniston and.
Oh, I don't remember that movie very well.
Oh yeah, they just the premise.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, when they introduced that the kid's a lot like just Jason Bateman, he's just. Anyways, that's what he reminded me of.
What's the Ryan Reynolds Jason Bateman one?
Is that The Switch? That's The Switch.
Yeah.
So what's the one I'm thinking of?
The baby batter switch?
Yeah.
How do I get
right? What? That's a wild movie.
That's a wild movie.
In this day and age, you'd go to prison.
Oh, yeah.
That's a wild. I was watching that like, this is so not okay. And we're all like, look what he did. The rascal. You're like, that's not. Even Jeff Goldblum reacting.
You little rascal.
Jeff Goldblum's like, you hijacked her pregnancy? He's the only one that sees like the severity of this situation in that whole fucking movie. Yes, you hijacked her pregnancy. Anyways, all right, back to The Ring. What do you give?
I think we could wrap it up.
I'd say a 4 easy. I would go up to a 4.5. I really think that this is because what did we gave The Haunting
a 3.5, right?
a 2.5.
Oh, we gave that a 2.5? Really? What did we
gave?
The others 3.5.
3.5. So I would 3 point. It would have to be a 3.5 at least.
It's definitely a 3.5 at least. Yeah, I mean, I'll settle with a 4 because of this. I feel like this was an instant classic and. It spawned there's a lot of Samara lore now and whatnot. I mean, that's also a lot of that. That's Sadako lore from the original Ringu stories and whatnot. But it just really, 4. The only thing is definitely not a 4.5 or even to a 5 because there is just those little moments of plot confusion. You need to piece it together. It's not, you kind of eat the carrot and accept it because you're just terrified of what you're just okay, sure, yeah, it's a ghost. And again, it drags on a little bit. It's almost 2 hours long.
That definitely loses a little bit for me. Just that ending, I just think could have.
Also, leave the fucking horse alone. As soon as the horse doesn't want to fucking.
I think that.
Also, why the fuck are you approaching some random person's horse on the goddamn ferry?
Because she's a Disney princess. Yeah, I just think the ending needed to be trimmed up a bit. That's my biggest thing, but that's a big deal in a horror movie, especially. That last 10 minutes is the last you remember. Yeah, and I think that I'm like, man, should we go back and revisit the others now and give that higher? Because I'm like, is this better than the others? No, it's just different, and I think it did it better in the sense of it really visually has a thumbprint, but so did the others. But I just liked...
That's why I'm saying 4.
No, but should the others have been higher? Nah.
No. I forget exactly what... There's a reason why we gave it a 3.5.
We gave it to... Okay, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 carrots. Do we know what we're doing next week?
We're trying to figure out the Golden Years block we haven't talked about. We have a list of movies to choose from.
Right. Okay, so we'll leave that announcement for Instagram posts.
And next week. Ish.
Yeah. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. This will be coming out right around that time, right?
It was the mash.
Is it? Oh, yeah. This will be coming out right?
Yeah, it's going to be like 3 days before Halloween, 4 days before Halloween. Because Halloween's a Tuesday, I want to say.
Halloween's a Thursday.
Thursday. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's coming out a week.
Yeah.
before.
Okay, well, hope you enjoy all the festivities.
Yeah.
Just a reminder that...
The Monster Mash is a song about the song The Monster Mash is not the song The Monster Mash is not the actual Monster Mash.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and all that. We put our promo so you know what's coming up in the following weeks. On there is a link tree link. Click that. It will take you to everywhere we put our podcast. So Apple, Spotify, YouTube if you want to watch the video. Yes, if you're just listening via headphones, we do have video on YouTube. So yeah, like, subscribe, give us a comment, help us. We're self-produced and promoted podcast. So tell your friends if you think they'll like it.
Yeah.
That was...
Listen to the newest ones. The early ones are weird.
Yeah. But yeah, we have quite a backlog now, so just go on through that and see if there's anything that seems interesting. That's about it. This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's Mixtape. Hi, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Spooky.